Well, John, you'd be hard pressed to find two better informed teams, would you, than your boys and Blackpool this weekend?
I've watched Blackpool a lot. Watched them start of the season, and I said from day one they'd be up there or thereabouts, challenging. They went through a little bit of a slump in form. I had no hesitation they were going to get it right. Got good players, got a good manager, good staff, and you know, this is one of the ones that, if we're going to compete at the top end, these are the games that you've got to embrace and bring them on.
I spoke to Neil yesterday. He said that you were often watching his under-23s at Liverpool.
Yeah, we played him a few times in bounce games as well, and he's a good footballing person, Neil, and a good student of the game. You've only got to see the success that the youngsters who've come through his stewardship or leadership, should you say, how well have done in the first team for Liverpool. And you know, he has got good players, he's recruited well, and they're a big club, Blackpool, and you know they're slowly starting to regain the big club status after times in the doldrums, I think.
Are you surprised that he went down the route of bringing in quite a lot of kind of younger players, and he's brought a lot of players in there, hasn't he, since he took over, or not?
No, not at all. You know, I just know from my own experience. I mean, we had a good chat. I've had a couple of good chats with him this season already, and you know, about the mechanics of this level, and he's definitely going the right way, getting young, hungry players, because that's the in my opinion the easiest route to success.
You mentioned that you expect them to do well, to be up there challenging. So you're a little bit surprised that they had a shaky start?
I was very surprised, but I know it can happen in football. You know, I've had many of them little runs myself, and sometimes you're scratching your head wondering how you can get out of it. Everything that can go wrong goes wrong. I think they had a spell where they had 3 sending-offs in 3 consecutive games, and you just have to just accept that you're going through a bad patch. You've got to fight your way out of it, and they did. And you know, they're in a healthy position now. They're a good side, and you watch come the end of the season, they'll be in there or thereabouts.
Will you boys be there or thereabouts?
Well, we're trying to. You know, I think you know, we're possibly not in a stronger financial position as what Blackpool are to strengthen in January. You know, but it's not all been about money with us, you know that, and we will try and get a couple of players in January, that's for sure, but whether we can maintain this form going, only time will tell. What I do know is that I've got a squad of players in there that even if I didn't bring anybody in January, they'll give me their absolute all every game they play and every time they train, and you can't ask for any more than that. And so far it's been working more than it hasn't been working, and we've been getting results. Obviously very disappointed last Saturday, but I've been around the block long enough to know that things like that happen in football, and if you curl up on the ball in the corner and bemoan your luck and feel sorry for yourself, you'll get exactly what you deserve. You know, I'd parked that result on Saturday night. I wasn't going to let it affect my weekends. I wasn't going to let it affect my family, and I tried to get that across to the players that, you know, we've got a big chance to do something about it in the midweek, a game coming thick and fast, and we did rectify some of that damage, not all of it, but some of it.
Outstanding result, wasn't it, on Tuesday night?
Very pleased with the players. You know, it's very pleasing when we sit them down, we watch them videos, we want to get back to playing the way we know we can play, and then the lads take that on board, and some of the passing and some of the interchange play in the first half was a joy to behold, and then you find a way to win. You know, we soaked up a lot of pressure. They went a bit more direct, put more men on top of us, left us the opportunity to counter, which we did on several occasions in the second half, and it ends up ticking every box for the classic away performance and a classic away result. But you've got to stand firm sometimes, and you know, we've got lads who are willing to go the extra mile to do that, and we've just got to keep going. You know, we're not setting ourselves any targets apart from trying to win every game we play.
You used the phrase there, John, you found a way to win on Tuesday. Neil's used that recently in games as well.
Yeah.
He came in with the idea of wanting to play a certain way. I think he may have adapted that a little bit. Is it just about trying to find a way to win? You've got to be a bit pragmatic.
Well, you've got to give him credit for that. You know, I've had a couple of good chats with him, and I know he's always trying to develop, and he's always trying to evolve and make his team better and a style of football better. And that was a couple of things that we touched on. You know, and he's an intelligent man. He's got good football and knowledge, and you know, ultimately it's the players who deliver. And if the players, you get the right players in, and you get them playing a style of football that you're comfortable with, you're halfway there.
Saturday afternoon with Blackpool here, that will be an away and full.
Yeah, it's a shame, you know, there would have been a full house Saturday, and the atmosphere on Saturdays here when it's a full house is brilliant. Alty goes the extra mile as well, and you know, puts on a spectacle for the fans. You know, the live groups, live music, discounted beers, you know, food and drink cheap. It's just a great occasion. Sometimes the music leaves a lot to be desired, but and that's a big shame that we can't have that. But listen, there's bigger problems in the world than not having fans through a football ground. You know, this COVID is very much real. People are dying. You know, huge numbers are dying on a daily basis in this country alone. So I think it's very, very churlish and very narrow-minded just to worry about not having football fans in it. You know, it's something that as a country we've got to fight. This pandemic, and hopefully, you know, in a year or two, we'll be over it, and we'll look back on it and said, well, you know, we've adapted our life and we've adapted society, and for the better, albeit that the fact that it's cost a load of lives.
Just finally, any team news for us? Are you looking okay?
Yeah, we're not too bad. We're hoping Ross is going to train today, which will be a big boost for us. One or two little niggles, one or two illnesses, but not COVID related. So, you know, we managed to get some legs into some of the younger lads who haven't played as well during the week in more structured training sessions. So yeah, we're looking quite strong for Saturday.